the third density, harmonic universe number 1, where you and I currently reside physically. This is the time of choice, the density of choice, where you choose your path. You choose the frequency of your existence. Some call it service to others, where you think about the group, you think about your world, versus service to self, which is your energies are directed towards pretty much your own well-being and yourself. However, you must understand that service to self exists in a world of other beings who have chosen that polarization. Now, if you're happy with a dog-eat-dog world, if you're happy with constant one-upsmanship, having to watch your six constantly in this competition and such, then that is your path. It's a hierarchy of dominion. So this is the density of choice, and we are all chosen insofar as we choose. Most people are not choosing, and they're going to find out that the service to self polarity will choose for you, simply because you are not aware of the dynamics of what are taking place in this existence, this reality that we all share. This is the density of choice, third density. And the 144,000 is a frequency. It's not a head count. The number 144,000 isn't about counting heads, about a certain elect group of people. It's about tuning into a frequency that shifts everything. Many people who are in the service to self modality, typically within the doctrines of organized religion and the external savior program, who judge others, who are pretty much, their energies are focused upon judging others, accusing others of spreading false doctrines and not worshiping Jesus. They are service to self. That is the voice of Satan. They are caught up in this idea that this number is a number of elect people, a membership list, as if there's some kind of cosmic roll call for chosen souls. But the truth is far more powerful. It's not about who you are. It's about what you resonate with. The chosen ones aren't identified by birthright, bloodline, or luck. They are identified by their ability to align with a vibration that breaks through the noise of ordinary existence. This frequency isn't soft or subtle. It's a pulse that cuts through the illusions of everyday life, shaking loose everything false and forcing you to confront what's real. When you tap into this frequency, when you tune in to God's radio station, you start to see beyond surface appearances. People's words no longer fool you because you feel the truth beneath them. The world's chaos does not overwhelm you because you sense the deeper order beneath. The flowing current, the flowing oceans of God's source energy. You become attuned to patterns and synchronicities that others dismiss as coincidence. But tuning into this frequency isn't automatic. It requires shedding everything that distorts your signal, fear, doubt, and attachment to external validation. That's why not everyone has the ears to hear and the eyes to see. The call to this world, the fifth dimensional world of the golden age, is full of static, designed to keep people disconnected from their true power. These constant distractions, social pressures, and limiting beliefs act like noise that drowns out the frequency, that distorts the God's radio station, this frequency of awakening. The chosen ones are the ones who push through that noise. They refuse to settle for half-truths and shallow comforts. This isn't about superiority. Being chosen doesn't make you better than anyone else. It makes you more responsible. Once you have gotten off the fence, once you have polarized towards the hot or the cold, and you are no longer lukewarm, you realize the purpose of this third density consciousness is to choose either the polarity of separateness from the group or the whole, or enmeshed with and defined by the group or the whole. This conflict creates confusion and suffering until a desire arises for something different, which pulls us into fourth density. Density 1, it sleeps in the elements, the rocks. Density 2 is within our animal friends. And density 3 awakens in the human. Density 3 is the level of density consciousness that most of humanity currently exists in, asleep, slumbering. But we are on this planet at a great shift from this slumbering to this awakening fourth density consciousness. But this fourth density, this elevated ascendancy, has many characteristics of the third density, except beings have chosen to polarize to one of two modes, either separation and service to self, or service to the whole, the group, common good, and service to others. It is the choice of one of these two polarities that move you to fourth density consciousness. To serve is to perform duties, actions, or behaviors for another that is considered as master, more important, or higher authority. Service to self is to perform duties, actions, or behaviors for yourself as a more important or higher authority than others. Now, these definitions can be a little, for me, they're problematic in the sense that I do refer to myself as my own higher authority. I very well could be service to self. I don't know. I make these videos under the impression, whether I'm lying to myself, I don't know. That's up for you, each person, to exercise discernment. But I make these videos for, in my mind, to help others upon this path. I truly believe if I were a service to self entity, I would be keeping knowledge to myself and directing my energies towards manipulating my environment and those in my environment. But this is a path of awakening. There's gradual steps. But I do know that I've made a choice in my life. And in that sense, I have polarized. I have emphasized consciousness, the expansion of consciousness. I have definitely put away pursuits and interests that distracted me before in the occult world. Keep in mind, occult just means hidden. The imp of the perverse, meaning those actions that would tend to work against me, that I would get myself in trouble with or waste many of my energies following these pursuits, typically of the flesh. But I do know that I do not live in fear. Prior to my Kundalini activation and awakening, I was a survivalist type of person. I'm former military, disabled veteran, all that stuff. And, a lot of people who are still kind of caught up in this end of the world modality of survivalism, they're clutching their food supplies and their weapons, and they're sitting around, all paranoid, watching the TV, completely inundated with fear. I to some extent, that's how I was prior to my God force release. I'm no longer like that. I trust in the spirit, that spirit takes care of me, which is God, which is the source. I believe that I am focused on this moment, this eternal moment, this eternal now moment. And from that, that's where miracles and magic flow. I'm certainly not of that old paradigm where, I'm constantly paranoid about things. That doesn't mean I have given up my street smarts and my hard-earned lessons that I had before. I exercise discernment. Not everybody that comes in contact with me in my day-to-day world, I see right through them. The third eye sees right through their motives, their energies. But by and large, I have learned to just stay upon my own path, give a kind word here, there, give a hard look to those that need it to be warned, to stay clear of God's chosen. I have chosen, and I hope you choose as well. Because when you choose, you begin to, depending on your path that you have chosen, your polarity, you will begin to make progress. Now, keep in mind, one caveat: service to self is a very hierarchical. It is this satanic dominion. It's very rough. You may as well just give up all things about love and anything in that world, because that's not what that polarity is about. And but it only goes so far. It only takes you so far, and then you must begin to, if you want to get back to source and to ultimate consciousness, you must begin to consider the other. Namaste, namaskaram.